This is my review of The Promised Neverland, Chapter 150, Vow of 700 Years. And I gotta ask, was I the only one rooting for Geelan here? I mean, I know he killed like a bunch of kids, but he still feels like the better alternative to the never-ending aristocrat royal family who are all just asses. I mean, I'm just saying. Let me know what you think down below. Anyway, so it starts off. Suicide bombers, in fact, did not put a scratch on her, but rather put webbing in her. Apparently, they've eaten like spiders, whatever, over their long, long incarceration, and now that when they exploded, it got all over her and she can't move anymore. Which, good strategy, I gotta say. I mean, they recognized that she was too freaking powerful to be stopped, so we'll just stop her. Good strategy. Anyway, then Geelan eats all of his allies. Okay. I mean, it's like a symbol they're always with him, that together they're stronger, and by combining everything they've all eaten throughout all these many years, he gains like new strengths and abilities and powers, making him way, way stronger. So he hits the queen, and I like this. I mean, he bashes her over the head, and she's like yelping in pain. I mean, her mask doesn't even break, but it's clear that really rattled her. So again and again, he hits her. And then he breaks the mask and he pulls out his sword and he's like, this is it. This is the moment where I shall kill you. And you see all of his former allies behind him, standing, their spirits with him, ready to take out the queen and take the kingdom for himself. And then he is literally ripped to pieces. I mean, Jesus, I almost wish this was like a full page thing, you know? First one, then the other. I mean, just goddamn. She eviscerated him. And then said that was a bit tiring. He doesn't, and Gil doesn't even know what happened. He's like, what the freak just went on here? He looks out, and literally all of his allies are dead. All of them. And the queen makes a good point here. I mean, she says, the side of justice doesn't always win, but you're not even on the side of justice anymore. You killed freaking children, which I almost feel the author made him do just so we wouldn't like him, just so we wouldn't think, oh, he should have won. I still think he should have won. I mean, honestly, if he had managed to get in here without killing all those children, I think he would have won. I think just justice and righteousness would have been on his side, and he would have been able to kill the queen. And then the queen kills him with her stiletto heel, which, god damn, that is a brutal way to kill someone. I mean, really, this guy thought he was gonna be the king, and instead he just gets stepped on and dies. I mean, you gotta love Duke Yorvik. I mean, he's just like pounding Geelan's dead body. Like, what the frickin' have you been doing this whole time, you little bitch? You haven't even been fighting. Now you're kicking the man when he's dead? That's just cowardly. And then the queen goes to take a bite out of Geelan, which I think is a smart idea. He's probably got a whole bunch of interesting things in him that will make her even more powerful. But she's interrupted by a bullet hitting Geelan's head. And then other bullets hitting all of the rest of them. Like at once. I mean, this is some pretty freaking scary accuracy here. And now as the queen and Duke Yorvik are watching this, they're realizing, this is it. This is the true mastermind behind the burglaries. The one who's been in charge of all this from the beginning. But then he's like, no, that's not possible. You're a human? What's going on here? See, this is the weirdly non-talking human who wears a paper bag over his head. That originally helped save Emma when she went in to get the medicine. The one who doesn't talk, the one who's super weird, even among all the weird ones. And he's apparently going to fight the freaking queen and Duke Yorvik, which I don't think that's going to go well. I mean, you're clearly powerful, I have no doubt about that, but against the freaking queen, I mean, I think the point of everything up to now is to weaken them to the extent where they can be taken out. I don't think she's been that weak. I mean, she literally just said this was a little tiring. So I don't think she's reached a point where you can just kill her easily. That being said, this guy, I think his name is Zeke, I'm going to call him Zeke, is certainly something unique. I'm actually really hoping the bag gets taken off his head at some point during this fight. But seriously, I just actually want this to happen. I want the queen to die by the hands of a human. That would be just the greatest thing ever. Can you imagine everyone's reaction to that? A human killed the queen. I do think the queen's going to die, though. I feel like she almost has to die. And I think what's going to happen next is Duke Yorvik's going to take over. He's essentially going to Emma's going to find a way to get here in time where she can convince them to make peace and say, Duke Yorvik, you're in charge of all the demons everywhere, but us humans, we're getting the freak out of here. Share your blood or just watch them starve to death. It's up to you at this point. But it is interesting that only Zeke showed up. I mean, the other three of them are all nearby. I mean, the bald one isn't very good at fighting. I'm guessing he's more of intelligent, but the other two are fairly powerful, I must say, and they decided no, Zeke can handle this on his own. That's weird. Though maybe not entirely on their own, because as far as I can tell, Zeke does not have a gun, so those bullets were likely fired by one of the other two, I'm guessing. So maybe they're all fighting in their own separate way. Like, they're going to provide cover fire and whatever. And we still have the poison. No one's used that yet. I mean, what was Norman's plan here? I'm going to develop this super powerful poison that will kill all demons permanently, but I'm not going to use it on any of the royals or the aristocrats. I'm just going to use it to exterminate everyone in the capital so I don't have to get my hands dirty. I mean, why? So I feel like you'd almost have to use it here on the queen to make her weak enough where Zeke can finish her off. And shooting everyone was an interesting move, too. I think that was so she couldn't, regenerate, refill her brain stock so she can get stronger again. I mean, she can still eat the flesh, but I guess the brains where, the nutrients are. So this is a crazy chapter. It also felt like a very short chapter. Like, it was just basically Geelan fighting the queen and then dying. But again, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Zeke versus the queen. Who's going to win? Are they using poison gas? Are his other supporters nearby? And when the hell is Emma going to show up? Be sure to like, subscribe. Until next time.
Peace!